There we go. Cool. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about posting. As I was saying, I don't have examples because I was not that prepared today, but I'm just going to kind of talk you through what I do, how I do things and the transitions and all that stuff. So for this is, I'm talking about Facebook because it's what I use primarily. I use my regular page and my like page. But it's pretty much the same for, Instagram or, well, I don't know much about Snapchat or Twitter. Um, so I'll just say this is mainly for Instagram but mainly Facebook. So I kind of schedule my day based on my posts. So if you're doing the 3 vital behaviors, you minimally have 3 things to post about. You're drinking your shake, you're doing your workout, and a piece of personal development. So I kind of schedule my day in the morning. I used to have a thing on my phone, but I took it off because it was driving me nuts. So in the morning, I post a quote. Either it's a meme thing or whatever the hell, I never know what those things are called. Or I do now lately I've been trying to do a picture of myself, just whatever, or a picture of me drinking my shake and a quote. Kind of whatever either I feel like certain people in my life need or what I need, or just sending positivity and light out there. Actually, someone commented on one of my things the other day, thank you so much. I needed this positivity this morning. I was like, perfect. I added value to someone's life. My day is happy. I'm made. That's a great way to start the day. Excuse me. I try to do that when I wake up or when I'm on my way to work. Then my next post would be a Shakeology post. I usually would take a picture of me drinking a shake. Sometimes, like today, I did a corny one, and it was I said something because every Monday needs a legal mood booster, because that's kind of how I feel. Sometimes I'm like, oh, Shakeology actually helps me. It makes me in a better mood. I truly think that. So I'll just give little snippets of why I like it, or because I needed something stronger than coffee, but not as strong as Coke crack or something like that. Or so glad I had this shake that took 2 seconds to make. Well, my daughter was grabbing my knees, whatever it is that you like about Shakeology, just mention it. It doesn't have to just be having my morning shake. Yes, some of those, it happens totally fine. And, you may think oh my God, I'm posting another Shako picture of me drinking Shakeology, or you making Shakeology, or, whatever, the bag or whatever. I don't like to do just a picture of the bag or just a picture of the box, because I try to have myself in as many pictures as possible. People want to see your face. So, give them some value. I try to add value with every post. So what are you going to say to them that adds value? Is it that it gives you more energy? Is it that it takes 2 seconds to make? Is it that it tastes like a milkshake for breakfast? Is it that, you don't have to worry about it being hungry during your 9 o'clock meeting because you've had this, and you're not going to, get that sugar crash from a coffee or a donut or something, whatever it is that you personally find value in it. That will often help the objections that you get when people are like, oh, I don't know if it's worth the money. If you're telling them every day all the things that you like about it, it builds value in itself. Or that you trust the ingredients, or that gets delivered to your door and you don't have to think about breakfast, whatever it is. And then around noon, or whenever I eat my lunch, I usually eat a later lunch, 2, but midday, I try to do a food post. So whether it's sharing a recipe, or even go to Pinterest, hey, I can't wait to try this weekend. It's okay to share posts sometimes. Not other coaches' posts or anything, but it's okay to share a pin, or, one of those videos. Those videos, so videos get a lot of attraction on Facebook. They rank. So how it works, obviously Facebook is a business. Facebook is a business and YouTube is a business, and they're not the same business. So if you think how businesses work, Facebook will promote their videos versus YouTube videos. So a lot of YouTube videos won't share as fast, as quickly. But if it's a viral video on one of those viral websites, that's not YouTube, or if it's just a Facebook quickie, whatever those videos are, those get a lot of traction. So you can say, I'm really excited to try this. Wonder if my kids would like this, something about food that you can add value to. How do you make your lunch? How do you make it quick? People want tips. In the early afternoon, I try to do a family post, or something silly like that. Like, I'll post, a picture of Poppy and be like, I don't know, tell us something stupid she said or was doing this weekend. People like to be able to relate to you, whether it's like a hot mess, you're a hot mess mom, or you're a teacher, you're a, whatever you do, they want to be able to relate to you. Or like a lot of my afternoon ones are like how to, get out of the 3 o'clock office slump. And in the evening, pretty much every evening when I do a good post, I try to do something about the coaching opportunity or a challenge group or something. And only about 10% of the people on your Facebook page are seeing your posts. And probably about 5% of those, probably about half of those are coaches. So, because we interact together a lot. So don't be afraid of oversharing. People want to see your face. Beachbody, Shakeology, 21 Day Fix, they spend billions of dollars on advertising a year. That's not what we're doing. You're advertising yourself. The most of the people on Facebook know you to some degree, whether it's personal or not. They want to see why should they trust you or versus going on Amazon or whatever. So now that's kind of the what to post, right? Anything that you can add value to someone's life. And yes, pictures of your kids definitely add value to someone's life because they can relate to you, especially if it's a silly picture. I know Brooke's, I don't know if Brooke in here, but Brooke's kids are, wild and crazy. And honestly, it's wicked relatable. So, if she posts something about her kids that they do that's funny, it's it's not just, oh, here's a picture of my kid. It's like, oh, here's Maggie acting like a lunatic, And then other moms are sitting out there and be like, oh my God, thank God, because I thought I was the only one whose kids were driving them mental, and that adds value to someone's life because they're feeling this empathy. So that's kind of the what to post. Any questions? Do you guys get stuck on what to post often or ever? You feel like you have enough stuff on your page?
Yes, and what I want to say to myself and everybody is when I feel like I don't have one of those things to post about, it means that I'm not doing a good job in one of those areas. So if I am not, I've said it before, but like if I don't have a workout picture, I don't have like a good food picture, it's probably because I'm stuck at meal prep and everything else. So it's usually a good like mirror in front of myself that I need to, why am I not post? It's easy enough to post all of it. So why am I not doing it? It's probably because I'm sucking.
So true. I totally agree with that. I have, there's a way to save posts. So like if you find a funny video or a funny thing that you want to share or save for later, you could take a screenshot of it or whatever, but there's a way to save videos. You just right click on the top of the post and then you can share it at another time. So sometimes when I'm like, I have nothing to share, I'll go back through that. Or I have a thing in my notes that's called like Facebook post ideas, I think it's actually called. And so like, there are just some quotes or something that I thought one night. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so funny. Let me write that down. And, go to post it one day. That one just said, the one that I just saw said, not sure who I spend more time in a day talking about poop with, my challengers, Poppy, or my brother-in-law. I gotta post that, but it's true. So, just find a collection base where you can store. Yes, some days we're on point and we're like, I could post like 5,000 things today. Save the pictures, save them in the notes or somewhere where you'll remember for a day where you're not feeling it. And don't be disingenuous if you're not eating, right? You don't have to post like a fake picture. Just talk about it. Like, be like, oh my God, I can't believe I have like been so off track, whatever. It's okay to be vulnerable and share those things that aren't perfect. Because that's reality and people want to just be able to relate to you. All right,
Those are the best posts, Katie, that I do. Sometimes it's actually more frustrating. I'm like, people definitely seem to relate more to when I'm like doing a bad job than when I'm doing a good job, or when people reach out to me like privately, just being like, thank you, I thought I was the only one. So that's a really, really, really good point. Instead of like feeling stuck in the tracks, like, why am I doing such a bad job? Just kind of own it and talk about it. And
so true. Because people can relate to that. People can't relate to the picture with their kids like all perfect all the time and they just love their kids. I don't love my kid all the time. No. I'm sorry. I don't want to be with her all the time. I don't eat well all the time. I don't exercise every day, right? Everyone agrees with that, because it's true. I love her to death, most to death today. Anyway, so that's kind of the what of posting. Okay. If you Google like Beachbody post ideas, you'll see like what to post every day, even in our team page, what to post every day. Okay. Who? So as I said before, people want to see you. They want to see your family. I try to make sure that I'm in as many pictures as possible. You can kind of see, you could probably tell my shower schedule based. Hmm?
Maggie sneezed. I said, bless you. Move
Oh.
on.
You guys are funny. Um, um,
Your showers.
oh, so I have not posted a picture of myself today yet, except like an old before and after because I haven't showered. So I'm like, feel gross and nasty. So I try to take pictures of myself when I'm like all done up. Not that you need to look perfect in every picture. I'm not saying that. I personally don't feel comfortable posting pictures of myself when my hair is not done. So, you can use a picture from a few days ago. There's no like Facebook police that's going to be like, no, you didn't wear that shirt right now, blah, blah. Well, there are Facebook police. His name is Scott Bacon. Samantha's husband will call you out every day on it. But
Sorry, I keep interrupting you, Katie, but it
yeah.
was one of the first things you told me when I was signing up. You were like, this is going to get you to like, I don't even know. You were like, no, you didn't say me. You were like, this is what makes me like shower and put makeup on is the only reason I do it is because I have to take pictures. And it is 100% true. I am not going to do it now because I'm sick, but I get everything done beforehand. Not that you can't look like this.
Right.
Unless I'm trying to make a point of like, I look like crap, then I'm going to follow you guys. But yes, it's very good motivation.
Yes, Bonnie told us on one call that when she has her hair and makeup done, she'll just change her shirt 10 times and go in different areas of her house and take pictures. Because even if she's just like, this in one of her pictures, she'll just write the post and it doesn't even have anything to do with the picture. Like it's just a picture of her so people can see that. And so they want to see you. They want to see your family. They want to see your life. That's the who. And with that being said of like, you being in the picture, you don't have to have your makeup and hair done every time. That's not what I was saying about that. But with your picture, when you're taking a picture, I've seen a lot of pictures lately, poor quality selfies. So if you have an iPhone, there's a selfie mode. So, you open it, you turn it on, you reverse the camera and selfie. Okay. Now I'm going to get a little America's Next Top Model on y'all because I've watched that show about 5,000 times and everyone's like, you take a great selfie. I was like, yeah, you didn't see me in person. Much different than my selfie. So, I should show you this other picture. So in order to take a good selfie, you want to make sure that your lighting's good. So if you can ever find front lighting, it's much better than back lighting. Okay. So like, did you see how I switched seats from where I was before when I first sat down? Right now I have the light in front of me. Before, if it was behind me, you would get the shadows. You want to always, and this seems so basic to me, and I'm sorry if I sound like a tool telling you guys this, but if you ever can get in front of a window when it's sunny out and you have the window facing you and take the selfie like that, that's a great way. Okay. So you also always want to make sure that you're kind of taking the picture from a little bit of an angle above you. Now, you don't want it to be like crazy, like if you take it like from directly above you, like this, you'll literally look this big, like you'll look like a twig. But if you take a picture, I'm trying to find it. Maggie wants me to show you guys this picture that I took. Of course, now I don't know where it is. But if you take a picture from below, you see like my 14 chins, right? So it's all about the angle. So you want to take it just slightly, instead of having the camera flat to you, just turn it down a little bit, okay? Sorry, I'm trying to bend this picture, but I don't know where it is. And then you also want to make sure that your background is clear. So instead of like taking a picture like this with this isn't too bad with like that blanket behind me. Either I could move the blanket and take the picture or find it where I have a white wall behind me. Okay. It's distracting. This is what you're selling. You're selling yourself. You want to make sure, and obviously I'm not talking 100% of the time, like sometimes it's whatever you have is better than nothing. But if you can have as clear a background with front lighting and a little mood lighting, that will help your picture pop on Facebook. So it'll make it so, hi, sweetie. Excuse me, it'll make it so that your picture pops when people are scrolling, because if they just see like a bunch of chaos and it's not a very, artistic picture, or it's not very clear, or it's not very focused. Ooh, focus is key too. If it's not very focused, I can't find a Maggie, I'm sorry. If it's not very focused, people will just keep scrolling by it and they won't look. So you don't want that. You need a scroll stopping picture. And I've seen a lot of out of focused ones. In order to get it in focus when you're taking the picture, if you just tap on the center of your phone, like actually tap on the picture on the screen, it will focus it in on you. Snaps. Oh yeah, and there are so many apps for editing pictures. Maggie's using the Snapseed right now. I use Rana Designs, RHONNA, for a filter. I always filter my pictures. Or put a frame around them, because they pop so much better when you're scrolling. It's easier for people to see, and they're more bound to stop, read what you wrote. I like aviary too, however you say that. I rarely post a picture, except a before and after picture, whatever, that's not filtered, of me. It just makes you, it's like a magazine. Any questions on how to actually physically take a picture that looks good? Selfies? Anything about selfies? You can use a stand if you'd rather and not take a selfie, or there's a timer app. Oh yeah, Maggie uses Word Swag. It's $5.99, by the way. No?
No, I was shaking my head that I also did not want to spend any money on it.
I know, Mags. I looked it up. It was
free. I didn't pay any money.
Well, now it's $5.99.
I don't think it went up $6 in like 2 months.
Hey, I tried to buy it after you were over.
I'll look mine up. I don't ever spend any money, so.
I know. I will. Please tell me, because maybe there's a free version and I just didn't see it.
Okay, I'm looking.
So what was I going to say about that? I lost my train of thought. But
words on photos.
Yeah, you can put words on photos. I don't do it often, just because I don't know why. I have no real reason for that. So that's the how. Okay, so clear background, in focus, pop of color with the filters. Filters really add the pop of color. And then, it can just be whatever you're posting about. If it's just like a motivational quote or whatever you decide to do, if you have a great picture of yourself that goes with it, you're bound to get a lot more likes and comments on it, which means more people will see it. They want to see your face. All right, I'm giving up looking for that picture, Maggie. All right, so when? Now, tell me, I really hate posting my quote with my pretty picture in the morning, because not as many people see that. But I like to start my day like that. So I've chosen to take that and, let the people that are on Facebook early in the morning see that. If they're not, then that's fine. For everybody's market is different for what time they see their posts. So you guys are teachers. Your market may be checking. I mean, I check my notifications in the morning, but I don't like scroll Facebook. But who knows? Your markets may scroll Facebook first thing in the morning. So it might be okay to post that, at 6 or 7, whenever. Oh, I finally found it. I wanted to do this wicked funny thing. And I showed it to Maggie. So this is all about angles, right? So, one day, like, you pick up your phone and you don't realize that the camera's on and you're like, oh my God, I have 18 chins and you can see straight up my nose, right? So I took these pictures, like, literally within, like, one was like this and one was like that, and within 30 seconds of each other. And, like, that's what I'm just saying. It's all about the angle. So, just hold. I've lost Maggie. Just hold the picture. Just hold the camera up just a little bit. You can really see. It's much prettier. It's much clearer. The lighting's better. Hideous, right? They died. I know. So, angle. It's all about the angles, girls and boys. I mean, it just hides the chin, frankly. I had about 12 of them in that picture. All right, so, oops, I just shut my notebook. So time of day, niche market. So I personally get a lot of traction if I post between 8 and 9 at night. That's when, most of the people our age are on anyways. They're either watching TV and scrolling Facebook or, finish making dinner, whatever. Between 8 and 9, that's usually a good time for me at night, but doesn't stop me from posting other times a day. And it honestly doesn't stop me from posting at all. So it used to be like, oh, that's such a great post, I don't want to waste it, right? Like, it's 2 p.m, I don't want to waste it. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's still better to have that. So the more you post on Facebook, the more Facebook will show your posts. So if you're posting once a day, they'll only show it like this much. If you're posting 5 times a day, they'll show it way more, because you're using their, it's a business. So the more you post, the more people see your posts. I try to get 5 in a day. Honestly, that's my stretch goal. It's very difficult for me, because I sit in an office for 9 hours a day, and then I come and sit here for the rest of the night. So it's not like I'm like doing, on the weekends or something, it's crazier. And what's that? You have a good picture? Oh, I don't know if it's going to open. So, sometimes it's better to post than hold on to it and not post just because you're worried about, exactly. Caleb. And Caleb's so funny. So find out, it takes a lot of trial and error. Okay. And also with that, about the timing of things, you know what, that on this day app or the time hop, whatever you have, I look back at mine every day. It's like my favorite thing to do and see what's going on. First of all, that's a great way to reuse posts. Once you've been in it for a year. And secondly, I like to look because I think either my posts were so great when I started, and then I look back and I'm like, oh gosh, that was terrible. Also, when I started, most of my likes got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 likes, like not much. And, then the second year I was like, okay, sometimes I got 20, most were between like 15 and 20, maybe 10. And now in my second year, a good post that's like I did the beat paddle boarding, that's almost up to 100 likes. Anything about like my real deep story, that usually gets between 100 and 150 likes. But that's like huge for me. But last year was only probably would be like 25. So it does grow with time and consistency. I don't want you guys to feel right now, if you're like, oh my God, no one's liking my stuff, that means they're not seeing it. That means I should stop posting. That's not what it means. It means you need to keep posting, excuse me, and keep with the consistency, and they'll come around eventually. People are still watching, even if they don't like your stuff. This girl came in to me today. She was like, Katie, I'm so proud of you for getting your paddleboard. And I was like, how come you don't like my picture? I didn't say that to her, but I was like, you didn't like my picture. And I know she didn't, but totally fine. But so she still saw it, made the effort to come down and talk to me about it, but didn't like it on Facebook. Not a big deal, but just know that people are watching, even if they're not necessarily liking and commenting. Okay. Don't let the lack of that stop you from posting it. And there have been a couple times. So, okay, that's a good question. So Lori Wright said that you can schedule your posts on your personal page. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but for certain people, it's so weird how it does that. So for certain people, you can do that. Like the On This Day app is actually only available to certain people. Like Sam can't get this on this day. Not everybody has it. So it's like that. I don't have it. You can check on yours. I think she said it was just from your computer, not your phone, or vice versa. It didn't work for me. I tested it out. When that's available, that will be sicky. You can do it from your like page, but so I just don't want people, I wanted to talk about this tonight because I didn't want people to get discouraged. I try to, if you are, okay, you have 2 people ask if you are a consultant. Sure. I mean, that could be a different way to use the word coach. Like I know with when people sell leggings, they consider themselves consultants. Each company or MLM has their own type of, lingo. We say coach, unique the makeup line, they're presenters, not coaches or consultants. Beauty counter is a consultant. I would say, yeah, I consider myself a coach because, I'm a health and fitness coach, but um, I don't see why not. Sure, consultant. I like it. So that is the when of posting. Sam says, I would say coach because it's more than just presenting them with a product. It's also about supporting them along the way. That's a good way to say it. Yeah. So say, yeah, I am a consultant. I'm here to help you figure out what's best for you. I consider myself a coach because I stick with you along the process or something. Might be a good opener to explain to them all that you get when they order from you. Absolutely. Okay. Then the where of posting, I personally am, stuck on Facebook. I tried Instagram and I got overwhelmed until Bonnie Engel did a call once about going an inch wide and a mile deep. So stick with one thing, master it, then move on to the next. Or if you haven't mastered the one that you're on, don't move on yet. So like my like page, I haven't mastered that yet. That's the one that's easiest for me. So I'm not ready to move on and add anything else to it yet. So master what you're doing. I would pick two. Don't you don't have two or three at the very most. Your regular Facebook page is always the easiest one, your personal page. And then after that, whichever you choose, Instagram, there are a billion now, Snapchat, Twitter, the list goes on. The way that I learned how to do everything is through Google. Anytime I wanted to learn how to Snapchat. Oh, yeah, you're too old for Snapchat. Gary Vee did talk about it. I don't know. I couldn't get into it either. But be committed to it. You can't just when you try a new platform for your business, commit to it. Commit to 6 months of sticking to it continuously to see results. So anyways, I was saying I do my Facebook profile on my like page. Then I just Googled things. So when I was learning how to use Instagram, I watched every Shailene Johnson video that I could find. When I was learning to do my like page, I watched, Nikki's, any Beachbody coaches really, because that's what I found for that. And that's kind of how I learned to do the different platforms. I tried like a few different ones and just to see if I liked them better than what I was doing. I tried Periscope, I tried Snapchat, I tried Instagram, just to see what they were like. Just find out what you like to do. I tried blogging and I realized I wasn't very good at any of those. So I stuck with my like page. So that's the where. And then the why. So obviously, as we talked about before of this whole posting thing, this is how people come to you. This girl actually just messaged me and said, hey, I saw that you're a coach. My sister-in-law gave me 2 bags of Shakeology and the 21-day fix. Can I buy the containers from you? And I was like, sure. And you can join my challenge group too. Like, she has all this stuff. And I asked, obviously, I was like, do you have a coach? Blah, blah, no. And she just had seen, I'd never messaged her. I don't even know how we became friends. And she just saw my post, knew that I was a coach and reached out to me. I mean, it's going to be like a $8 commission and like 11 volume, not a big deal, but hey, I don't mind. I'm going to add her to my next challenge group, not to this one. I'll add her to my October one, but, she has Shakeology, whatever. I'm still here to help. Who knows? Maybe down the line she'll become a customer or a coach. Like, I'm not going to give that away. So she knew to come to me because of my posting about it. I suggest posting about the coaching opportunity 2 to 3 times a week, like flat out, like either, I'm thankful I'm a coach because coaching has changed my life because, or here's how you can join us. Any of those things I would, there you go. Yeah, your dessert post the other day was good too. Maybe that's your niche, like a little Betty Crocker coach. I like it. um, Sharing lets you get rid of all the objections too. So if you have a bunch of people coming to you and saying, I don't have time to work out, show them how they can make time. I've never met someone who's not busy, but we're all very busy on this call. There's not a single person on this call who's like, I have so much free time, I could just like sit or take a nap. I don't know what people do in their free time. But, you know, so show them, be like, yeah, I get up 30 minutes early in the morning. Maggie gets up 30 minutes early so that she fits it in so she can have 30 minutes without her kid. You know, I do mine on my lunch break or at home when my daughter's sleeping or, you know, whenever, or sometimes I'll just go for a walk. Whatever you can do, show them, answer their objections through your posts. If their objection is money, tell them how you're saving money from going to Dunkin' Donuts, or tell them how it saves you money on your meal plan. Whatever I don't want to like throw words in your mouth, but whatever your examples are, share that with people so that they're not.
You just took my I've been trying to figure out, I think I was gonna do a live one tomorrow, but I did like a whole calculated thing on my coffee. I like have done all the math because I've done a coffee post before, but this one I like really broke down to like per cup how much I'm saving. I know it's what I was doing in bed last night. My brain doesn't stop, and I was trying to think of, because that's what I'm getting a lot of right now, like a lot of money objections, which is
that's good.
Yeah, but anyway, I was trying to think of how to, like, I tell people to save on their coffee, but I figure, what if I like really showed you exactly how much you're saving? Anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Any way that, so anytime you have an objection, I know we have if you look in Team Fly, there's a thread about it, but you can think of all the objections people come to you. I don't have time to meal prep, blah, blahs. Boom, just throw it right back at them and how you make it work. And we're all busy. But the most important thing about posting, in my opinion, is sharing your story, which I've said 5,000 times. I just did a transformation post. It wasn't like anything crazy. Anything sharing your story is going to get you the most engagement. Not necessarily off the bat, but you need to build people's trust. So like now when I do post about paying off a credit card bill, or I remember last year, the first month that I made enough money in Beachbody to pay for my mortgage for that month, it got like 160 likes, so many comments. I mean, and people reaching out to me, and it was so nice. Not about like joining the business or anything, but just getting people engaged. And that's what it's all about, because Facebook is a business. And I don't know how many times I have to say that to people for them to understand how it works. Facebook is a business. That's it. They're doing the exact same thing we are. Okay. So Facebook is a business, and they're trying to get the most money out of it possible. They do that in certain ways. So by engagement. So say I don't talk to Andrea for 7 months, right? We never engage. She'll stop seeing my posts. If all of a sudden I go to her page and start liking her things and commenting on her things, or maybe I send her a private message or share something on her page or anything like that, then all of a sudden she'll start seeing my posts in her news feed because I'm interacting with her, and it means we've made a connection. The reason that they do that is they don't want to waste people's time on the news feed, like showing you people that you may not be interested in, if that makes sense.
Is there a difference between, do you get like more credit for like commenting than liking?
Yes.
Because liking's the lazy way of doing it. So
it goes direct message, comment, like.
Yeah.
The people, you'll notice the reason why you think you see only Beachbody coaches post is because you've got messages going with all these different people.
Yeah.
It's messages that are the number one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're posting, and then when you're engaging with other people, go to their page. If you want them to see your stuff, if you're like, man, I saw this girl's post one day and she posted about how she's going to the gym and I think she'd be so good, go to her page, click on where it says like follow, click as see as first. So every time she does a post, you see it right there, and like it or comment it. If you're not quite ready to, if you want to, what did they say on the call the other night? That 4-letter comment. Was anyone on the Team Positive call? Comment. Oh, shit. Nobody. Nobody was on the Team Positive call. It was like a 4-letter acronym, basically like something, show them some love, comment, engage them. Oh, crap, I'll have to rewatch it. But anyways, the more that you do that with other people, then they'll come to your page because they'll automatically see you when they're scrolling in their news feed. And if you're offering like have no words anymore, value to them, then they will, be intrigued by you, start liking your stuff, find value in what you're posting, and keep going back to your page. But 80% of the time, until you go to them and send them a message and ask them a question, they're not going to buy anything from you. Or there's no way you can help them until you know their needs. So yes, posting is great, and it's 100% of this business. If you're not doing it right, you're not doing it. But to take it to the next step, if you want someone to purchase and you want to help them and you want to add them to your challenge group, you need to send them a message. So, make sure you're looking at who's liking your stuff. If you're noticing that, Sally Joe is she keeps liking my stuff. Hey, send her a message. Sometimes when I don't know what to say to people, I'll just send them a message and be like, hey, Sally, thank you so much for liking my post. I really appreciate the encouragement and support that you give. Means a lot to me. Something like that. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just saying thanks. It's genuine. I truly mean it. Like, obviously everyone likes, right? So, all right. I think that's the who, what, where, when, why of posting. And I'm not saying I'm like the expert poster. There are some times where my posts suck. Some days where I think I posted once on Sunday. Sometimes you're in it, sometimes you're out of it, but the consistency, it's like pumping that well. When you stop pumping, it goes down and it tanks, and then people don't see your stuff. So the more you are consistent with it, just like we like consistency in our business, so does the Facebook business. So, what do we got? Questions, comments?
How often do you post on your like page?
Not often enough. I'm not consistent with my like page. Ideally, the ideal number of times to post on your like page is between 10 and 12 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's exhausting. So, but with the like page, you can do a lot more shared posts. You can share memes, you can share things like that. You can schedule your posts too, which is nice. Yeah, and schedule them, exactly.
Right.
So it's like, you get sometimes if you want to spend like an hour on a Sunday or whatever day, it's actually on my to-do list on my tracker for tomorrow. So maybe I'll do it. But, you can schedule, even if you're scheduling 3 posts a day, and then just share your workout picture from your personal page, and you can use the exact same things from your like page and your personal page.
So Katie, the only time I've ever been successful with my like page was because of this team. And we did like a thing once, for a week.
Me too.
The only time where I took it so seriously, and we must have been I must have had to be competitive for something. And I every night I scheduled all my posts for the next day, and I literally only did it for a week, but it was the only time that page has actually ever served me any purpose, and it was good. And I don't know what that means, but it was helpful to have.
It was. That's when we did the ad call. Yeah. And I did that. I did an ad that week, and I did it great.
That was the only ad ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggie, do you share posts on your like page? Do you share posts, or how do you?
That week, is that what you mean?
No, I mean just period. Or do you put original content?
Are you talking about what I'm saying when I did really well with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I people give you all different mixed stuff, but what I generally hear people say is it's okay to share the same stuff. So not only do I share the same thing on my personal page, but then you add just what Katie just said, it can be a lot less pressure. It can literally just be motivation. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just having a recurring thing, so people are, yeah. But yeah, I when I was doing that, I was really and I was going back through a lot of old posts on my personal page, just pulling ones from forever ago that it doesn't really matter. Hey, Brooke.
Hello.
Yeah, and I found that took a lot of pressure off of it. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel because there's so many posts I love from a long time ago, but I would just pull them back, and I don't know, it made it easier.
Totally. Yeah, you can totally take old posts from your personal page or your like page and recycle them more, because the chances of people seeing them are so slim. I like a lot of the top coaches' like pages, and I never see them in my newsfeed because I know I don't like their stuff.
Yeah. Literally, Nikki just did one tonight because I recognized all of it. Whatever, she posted a transformation.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Her words, I mean, like I think it's like the exact same thing.
I'm sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same with anything as business. Samantha and I were talking the other day because we've both been trying to be better about our trackers, especially from the call last week. But, you know, I would say I work consistently 4 days a week. They're pretty much Wednesdays, Sundays, and maybe a different day, Friday or something. I don't get much done. Yeah, I'll do my post or I'll check my back office. But like when it comes to messaging and friend requesting and everything, I don't do it 7 days a week. I do it consistently 4 days a week, all the things, on my top 10 list, but I don't do it every day. And I feel like that people needed to hear that, because it is a lot of consistency of doing the things, but it doesn't mean you have to do every single thing every single day, but you have to have some sort of consistency. So can you do, 5 of each thing on your to-do list 4 days a week? Or can you do, 5 days a week, whatever you can do. But if you're not doing, if it's getting so overwhelming that you're doing 0 one day, every day of the week, then that's not helpful either. So, there's no one here that's busier than not as busy as the next, or whatever they say. But it's about finding your making your tracker, doing it, and doing it consistently. And it's like everything we do, it all is a little circle here. If you work out and drink your shake and eat well today, you're not going to see the 10 pounds lost tomorrow. It's the same with the business. Just because you do your tracker for a week and you're wiki consistent for a week doesn't mean you're going to be, a millionaire tomorrow, or even $1,000 a month earner. It takes a lot of consistency over a lot of time, and there are a lot of little steps to it. So that's kind of why in each of the calls we try to go over some of the little things to kind of add it to you. But it's a compilation of everything put together. So I know, like, thinking about the like page and your personal page and all these posts is like overwhelming. Don't let that derail you from doing all the other things on your list. You have to find some sort of a balance, and it is fitting into a lot in the cracks. Like today I went to the bathroom and I hadn't done my 10 friend requests today. So at work, I took my phone to the bathroom and I just sat on the toilet until I had finished finding 10 people to add. And I was like, someone like came in and went out. I was like, they're probably thinking I'm pooping, but I wasn't. Fit in the cracks. So does anyone ever have any questions about posting? We will do the friend request. Check out your Facebook page in a couple days. I do want to do that. Anyone can start that thread too if they want to. But if you want me to look at your page, or you want me to look at a post, you can always send me or your sponsor coach or what's the word? Like a script, not a script, but like whatever you're going to post, like a sample. If you want me to proofread it or ask for advice or anything, send it to me. I'd be more than happy. If you want me to look at a picture and, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to help you with posting. And just make sure before you post it, I used to have a little piece of paper on my desk that said, am I adding value to someone's life? And I read that before I would post and be like, I'm not saying 10 out of 10 posts have to be like that, but as long as the majority are, and you can swing a post to make it, even making someone laugh is adding value to someone's life. So don't think that just because it's not like this deep, dark, profound thing, it's not adding value. It's not that. I laughed at someone's meme so hard today. I was like, that was epic. Like, that was amazing, and it made my day better. So don't think that, something silly going on in your life isn't adding value, because it can also. Anything else? Anthony, your videos are great too. Videos are clutch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Facebook loves videos, as I said before. So Facebook Live, just, me, I'm a numbers person and a business person. So Facebook Live is kind of the anti-YouTube, because they're kind of competing markets. So Facebook Live, I think actually you can download them now. You originally couldn't, but they're not in YouTube. Like anytime you take a video, you upload it to YouTube, post it on Facebook, right? That's like just giving YouTube their business. So now that's kind of why they did that. I mean, no one's ever told me that, but I presume that's why they did it, to get rid of, to play less on YouTube. So if you kind of think of how Facebook works as a business to help yourself, they like videos, they like shared videos. The more that they see the, 3 million shares or 3 million likes or whatever views, those things get more, what? Oh, what? Oh, good night, Scott. The more things, views things have, especially not from YouTube, that they'll get a lot more traction on Facebook.
I'm just such a bad live speaker. It's unbelievable. I don't know why when I get in front of this camera, it's like,
Can I object to that, Anthony? Because here's what. First of all, I love your videos. Like, I really love them. I watch every one of them. So I want to say this like with love to you, but you have like this, you're not meaning to do this. It's just you. You have like this quirkiness to your videos that is super appealing and endearing, and it's you. It's not like perfect. And on one of the national wake up calls like a few weeks ago, they talked all about this and about how why live videos are so like, why it's sort of like the new thing, and it's sort of going for this like raw, imperfect, like not having everybody be so edited and polished. And it's honestly, it's like very appealing to see people like flounder, like kind of like trip over their words or whatever. Like it's real, and people don't want to see, just like how we were saying, like people like my posts where I'm like a mess more than I'm perfect. It's the same thing with the live. Like it's kind of like comforting and refreshing to see you, or like Brooke, you did a really good video. Not that I'm calling people out on messing stuff up, but Brooke, you did a video on like your meal prep, and you like kind of got like tripped up at one point. But I'm like, oh, that's like, it like takes the pressure off, I feel like, of people to be like, okay, you're not perfect, but you're so wonderful. I don't know. I love it. I like feel the opposite way about your videos. I think they're fantastic.
Thanks.
You did a live video when you opened up your package, right? I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite lives I've watched.
It's true. She told me that.
It was so good. I did. I love it.
And you have awesome, photography or videography skills. If you feel uncomfortable in front of the camera, like if you personally don't feel like your videos are coming across the way you want them to, or you're, spewing out words, whatever, obviously all it is practice. But just check out some videos, like Google it, like how to get over a fear of talking in front of a video or whatever. And a lot of it too, if you're doing like a YouTube video versus a live, or maybe live would be better, but what Scotty Hobbs once said, Scotty Hobbs has great videos on this, but he said once, he's like, here's how to make a perfect video. You set up your camera so it's still with a clear background. You know what you're going to say? You say it, you record the video, you don't rewatch it, and you just upload it, and you walk away from your computer or phone for a long time. He said, that's the perfect video. Get over yourself. Don't worry about it. It's perfect. We're obviously all our worst critics. But like, it's definitely a learned thing. I remember my first video that I made for like a training group. It was like the most awkward thing ever. And now that I've made like 5,000 videos, actually this girl just said to me tonight, she's like, I can't believe I took a picture of myself in my underwear. I was like, that doesn't even faze me anymore. Like, something. I was down on Route 1 in my underwear yesterday. No, my bathing suit, but still. Once you post enough pictures of yourself in your underwear on Facebook, I mean, really, what left is there to be embarrassed about? But just keep practicing. In my point,
baby steps with going towards underwear pictures, people.
Not there yet.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a visualization of that. Not ready for that.
We think great.
No Calvin Klein model here.
Soon, you're like halfway or more than halfway there. You're there.
Yeah.
But obviously anything just takes practice, and but I think they're great. And also remember who, when you're doing your posts, I forgot to I forgot to do this earlier, but when you're doing your post, think of yourself like 10 minutes before you signed up as a coach. So like what were, or your customers or whatever, whenever you first signed up, like what were you looking for? So like I think back to myself and I'm like, I was like in desperate need for a way out. Like I was drowning. Literally, that's how I felt. Like I was up at like 12:30 in the morning and just reading all of the posts from the What is Coaching group. And I was just like, I need something. Like I just need to be saved. And think of that person when you're posting. Just talk to that person. Been like, if you feel like, use your own examples, whatever, then this is for you. Just keep posting to that person. Every single post you do, have that person in your mind that you're talking to yourself, like right before you signed up as a customer or coach, like whichever you did first, because that's the person that you want to be able to help. So you'll be able to help more of those people if you're acting like you're talking to them. So, all right, that's all I got. Damn, 1 hour. I thought about canceling my like paid subscription to Zoom so that I wouldn't talk so long for you guys, but that's silly.
We need it.
Yeah, that's good. Anyone have anything?
Just be yourself.
True that. That's a good point. Like you so caught up in the Lindsay Matways and Bonnies and trying to. Everyone's like, I want to make the Bonnie face. I'm like, no. There's only one of her. Make your own face.
Yeah, make the Katie face.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what my face is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. But
she's sorry, but her computer died.
Who?
Andrea said she didn't mean to sign off. Her computer died.
I was wondering which one.
Yeah.
Yes, be yourself. Totally agree with that. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel authentic, if it doesn't feel like you, if it doesn't sound like you, if you read it out loud and you're like, oh, that
I've never used that word before.
Yeah, like if I have to look up how to spell something, probably not. Or like if I don't use contractions and I'm like, no, I do not talk like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny, and then we can get off, but it's just funny the like the posts that you do that you don't realize who they're gonna leave like an impression on. And Sam, before I was actually maybe I was doing it, I don't remember. This is the weirdest thing, but I really remember this vividly. You did a post a long time ago about carrots, and you put 11 carrots or something, and you're like, sorry, Autumn, or whatever. And I remember being like, ew, you only get to eat 10 carrots. It's so lame. But like clearly for some reason this far along, like I literally remember that post so much.
So funny.
There are some random posts. Someone that I'm not even friends with in real life, and we're Facebook friends, is on Team Positude, mentioned a post I did last June, June 2015 at Summit this year. So 13 months later, she mentioned it. A video I did about toast people. Someone who's not even a mom signed up because of that video with me. She's like, I've been thinking of you ever since you did that toast video about your kid. Someone shared a different video about toast on my news feed because of that video. It's like the randomest stuff. Mm-hmm. I did a random series of posts about funny office signs around my building. That got like every once in a while, this is a good tip, and then I'll stop talking, but do a theme. Someone asked me how my contacts were going because I talked so much. I'm getting ready for my appointment. Should I get contacts? All right, what are your tips about contacts? Dailies or monthlies? Oh my God, are they supposed to itch? Oh my God, I'm never wearing mascara again. I just went on and on for days about my contacts. I've kind of let it die because it's whatever. And I don't wear them that much anymore because I hate them. But, someone messaged me like a month after I got my contacts. How's it going with your contacts? Like, have a theme going for a little bit, then let it go and move on. But like Katie with her paddleboard, we'll post a lot now about our paddleboard because it's exciting. It's new. People are thinking about it. People are following about it. Now people are going to know, did she take it out? Did she get a roof rack? Now she can talk about that. She can talk about the adventures of trying to put it on the first time by herself, just like little themes. What are you doing? I know your day-to-day is boring. Like contacts aren't exciting. They're not funny. They're not fun. They're not interesting, but they're interesting because it's just my day-to-day life. Like toast isn't funny, it's stupid, but it's funny because it's about my kids and it's day-to-day life. So just think about what you're doing. I know it can seem like I do the same SHIT every day. There can't possibly be anything else I have left to share, but people want to just like, people are going through the same exact thing you are, arguing with their child about toast or trying to figure out medical stuff or whatever. Like people can relate to that stuff and then kind of make it a theme so that people come back. And then when you message them, they're like, oh yeah, when they say, how's it going with this and that, you can be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, it just gives them some more thing to connect. Because if you post about it once and then you move on, it's like, oh, they may see it, they may not. But if you post about it many times, it kind of builds an interest.
Sure.
Builds trust because they know more about you than if you post it one off. Like if you only posted about her kid once a year.
What?
Like if you only post about your kid once a year, it's not a thread. It's not a piece of you.
Yeah, like Anthony and Jeannie do the mason jar salads, and every time people ask more questions on it than the last time.
Every time I'm like, why am I not doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't stop with those kind of things. Like keep going. Don't be like, oh, well, I shared it, so I think I'm good. No, keep sharing. You know, try a new recipe of muffins this weekend, Jeannie, or something, you know. Share about that because that was an awesome
post. Brownie one was awesome. I mean,
it was such a good post.
No, and she got like traction from it at work today. Like people now want it. It's awesome.
That's so fun. And it does feel sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I just shared, like sometimes I always feel like I did see that. Yeah, that looked delish.
Yes.
I saw it and I was like, what is that? Can I eat it? Like I always feel I try to do a challenge group post, like an invite to challenge group, like on PicMonkey, like really pops. I try to do it often, but then I look back and I'm like, damn, I haven't done one in like 2 months, you know? And so sometimes what we think is all the time because it's in our head isn't really on paper.
And then even when the people, and Jeannie knows who this person is, so I'm going to not say who it is, though by gender it's going to probably give it away. But there was someone who at work was, I don't know, even like in some like passive aggressive way was like something about, oh, like, well, we all know everything you're doing because and it's like, ugh. But then I'm like, okay, you know, your comments don't pay my bills. So you, like, I know what you're saying. Like, I get it. You think I'm all over Facebook, but maybe that's just because you're looking at it all the time. Because
right, there's a reason he knows you're on it.
Right, you have to like be taking effort to actually look at all my stuff. Because anyway, sorry.
It's true. Yeah. And you know, the haters or whatever, like they're everywhere. I mean, this is literally what Facebook was designed to do. This is why you're on it. People are on Facebook to stalk other people and see what they're doing every day. There's an unfollow button. There's an unfriend button. If it honestly, like, I mean, I have 2 of my best friends on this call right now, but my other best friend is not really a best friend anymore. I know she's unfollowed me on Facebook because she would see my stuff because I go to her page all the time and I always like and comment on her stuff because I refuse to be that type of a person. I'm going to do the right thing always. There are plenty of people that I unfollow. But like, yeah, you'll have people that don't believe you. And honestly, Maggie even, you know, she signed off Facebook when I started this. She's like, I can't see any more of that. And then she came around eventually. Thank you. And it had
nothing to do with you. It had to do with a different friend of ours.
Right, exactly. And you know, Jeannie, I actually had someone the other day show me one of my very good friends, me and my sister's friends, show me a picture of her boyfriend that he posted on Facebook mocking coaches, kissing a Shakeology box, her Shakeology box, so she's a coach, kissing the Shakeology box and saying hashtag blessed as fuck, hashtag 21 day fitness, hashtag McDonald's, hashtag I eat donuts. Ew. And I said to her, I was like, oh, that's very offensive to me. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, he's pretty ignorant and mocking what I do. And she's like, oh, don't think badly of him. And I was like, no, I would unfollow him if I was even friends with him, but I'm definitely not going to be friends with him now. I'm like, people don't realize the things that they're doing. And she's like, oh, well, have him take it down. I was like, I don't care. I've already seen it. I already don't like him. So just, you know, literally mocking everything. So now I try to put blessed. He wrote blessed AF as fuck. So I put hashtag blessed AF on one of my posts that night. And I plan to do it way more often. And I'm just like, yeah, I totally get it. I always think to myself when I have haters, I'm like, you know how many haters Beyonce has? She has zero reason to have a hater. She has zero reasons for haters. She's amazing.
Beyonce.
Right?
Right.
I mean, everyone, whoever your people are, Madonna, Oprah, whoever, they all have haters for no reason. So, therefore, they're doing something right. Therefore, you're doing something right because people are jealous. I hate the saying, I said it the other day, I hate the saying haters gonna hate or whatever it is because that's just wrong and mean and letting it go on. But haters can do whatever the fuck they want because it's not stopping me from what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I got so heated about this topic because it just really pisses me off. I don't understand what business is it of other people's to be negative. We're not about that. They can take their negative somewhere else. If they're starting to post negative things anywhere, unfollow, unfriend, block. Hey, yeah, there you go. I didn't even know that, is it? Taylor Swift? Haters gonna hate. I don't know. Yeah. You know
I sound just like her.
You know how many people I have blocked on Facebook right now? 50. I've blocked 50 people.
That's a lot of people.
Most of them I work with because they got me in trouble once for Beachbody, so I blocked every single person I work with. Some past people from my previous life. And then just people that I don't need that negativity in my life. Block. You don't even get a chance to look at me. Block. I don't want that. I read enough of The Secret. I know what I need in my life, and it is not negativity. So we all have had it. I don't know anyone who hasn't. So, and if you're feeling haters, send them my way, and I'll put them right where they belong. Nothing makes me more mad. I'm like, you're mad at me for no reason. But anywho, I could go on for days about that, so I will stop now. Bless you, I think.
No, I'm trying not to.
You can sneeze.
Medicine.
All right, that's all I have. I know you guys have a big day tomorrow, back at school, life's in full swing. Don't give up, keep going. If you guys want to do a power hour this week, feel free to schedule one in the team page and I'll hop on or try to do one of my own. Whatever you need, make it happen. I mean, there's only 3.5 months left of the year or something, so we can do it. Cool. All right, thanks guys, appreciate it.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.